everyone's heads over. Ready? Buddy up. What's going on? 1 second. Yo, welcome back to Coolin Out. We are back.
Kev,
and it's real. We got a good friend with us.
Drop down, guys.
Nigga, don't act nervous. Put the mic to your lips.
It's the brother.
Oh.
Yeah, I was a big boy.
We got our good friend of the pod. Known him since college. Good boy.
Yeah.
My boy Hasan.
It's long overdue, bro.
Long
Very long
overdue.
overdue.
It's so surprising that you just like Kev hit me yesterday. Like, yo, Hasan coming through.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, all right.
What am I doing tomorrow? I'm like, hey, I'm a professional.
Gotta get it done.
On the podcast, nah. What's up, man?
Even though I went to the wrong location the first
You
time.
did.
It's okay. We have another guest that did that. They ended up in Brooklyn. So
Yeah, you were closer.
You scared me when you called me.
Okay, that works.
Yeah, you was.
Well, when you put Manhattan underneath, I made sure the GPS said Manhattan on it.
Gotcha. So tell people a little bit about yourself real quick so they know who the hell's talking to them for the rest of this episode.
Fun going, down to earth guy. I like to travel, like to have a good time, like to party a little bit. For the most part. I think I'm at that point in life where I'm really trying to fine tune like exactly where I want to be. So like, that's where we're at. And yeah. Change man. Not the same guy from college.
Yeah.
We just had a fire of an official podcast.
All wax. Only you could have heard it. Only they could have heard it. Oh man, but nah. So let's get into the sports talk.
Leon, unless there's anything you go with sports?
Well, I just had my predictions for the NFL this weekend.
Ooh.
You wanna leave with that?
Yeah, we're gonna end with that. We're gonna end with that because that's
we got a big sports weekend coming up.
Yeah, Kevin gonna owe me some money, so it's all good. We're gonna wait on that. We're gonna go right into the NBA though.
Okay, so what did you guys think about the release of those Nike sneakers that are premiering on? I think Jason Tatum, right? He's wearing those first, right?
Yeah.
The self-lacing kicks.
The self what?
Self-lacing kicks. Nike
those
the self-lacing kicks.
Is it Michael J. Fox?
No, not the. It's literally they have sneakers that lace up and hold tight towards the ankle with an app on your phone.
What?
How much are those?
I don't know. They just
Yeah, you ain't buying them shit.
They put out the teaser 2 days ago. And they had a whole bunch of players, men and women, sitting down and let them listen up. Like, whoa, I like these. Wow. And so you can do it individually. Cool.
They sound too expensive. I don't know stuff.
I want to say that price will be $180.
I expected more.
So imagine.
Well, why would you want to lace your shoes over than that?
Well, it's trying to take that evolution, that next step.
That's some lazy shit.
That's true. I could just kneel down and get
I
that.
see.
About 80.
But the joke was, what happens if somebody hacks into their shoes mid-game and unlaces them?
That's a good point.
Or are you gonna have someone that has their? Because remember, players aren't allowed to have their phones on them during the game. So what happens? They lace up in the locker room, they come out.
Angry janitor.
Right. And they need to readjust or something like that. That could be something that really plays into a factor into what happens with their equipment.
They about to interact live gambling. So you got one disgruntled janitor. They got a line on the game.
They can't say good morning to me.
You get a certain outcome.
And I want to say actually he's wearing them today. I think it's Jason Tatum is wearing them today.
Oh, they play Toronto tonight, so I guess I'll look at the highlights and
try to. Don't quote me on the player. Don't quote me on the player. I'm just saying.
I mean, it could be. I don't know. I don't follow.
But it was the Celtics that was wearing them though.
Your boy, Kyrie.
Yeah.
That's your boy?
He's not my boy. He's not my boy like that.
Not like that?
Kyrie can ball. Uncle Drew, that's my guy.
The leader?
Yeah.
How you like the way he's leading his team?
Well, he made a statement earlier. He said that he should definitely control his emotions a little bit better, and he should not.
Is this after he was staring into space in the locker room?
Backtrack. This was also.
Just curious. I don't know these things.
A moment where he's now in a leadership role and he has to come into that. So I mean, the first time we all had that power, we didn't perform perfectly.
Miss Braun.
So I mean, essentially,
just like him.
He was like, I should maybe control that and not do it in a public space. So I think this was a learning experience. This is like again his first year being healthy and really being in that role. So
them young dudes, they ain't ready to win.
They're not ready.
They ain't got what it takes.
They don't got that.
Right.
Both have been in the league, over a decade?
Older than him. Over 31 years old.
They were what?
We all know you gotta keep that kind of business in the family. Like we all had moments.
Yeah, it's not supposed to get up. That's the thing. Tell him to get up.
Your mom started get on the phone and tell him what happened.
I used to hate that
butt
shit.
up. You know, you used to hate mom. Like, really?
Yeah, you need to be a better leader.
My mom, before she got saved, she was like that. Call up everyone. You never guess what I did to this little motherfucker in the house. Be bragging.
Right. I think my mom was bipolar. My mom would literally beat the hell out of me. Young, hey girl, what's going on? Let's tore him up real quick, you know.
Quick exercise.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the reins of this family when we get up.
Okay. Stop crying before I do it again. That was the most confusing thing ever. When your parents like, stop crying or I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah.
You just beat the hell out of
I'm
me.
bringing
There's no
the
process.
process takes command.
If you cry, I'm gonna hit you again. That's what I heard. What?
Outrageous.
Supposed to just process pain like it's like a with a smile though. Process pain and shit with a smile. Oh, that hurt.
But like, going back to the Celtics, I thought they were gonna be the #1 seed. There's so
Everyone
much
did.
talent.
So much.
It's embarrassing.
I mean,
They're like 4th or 5th right
if
now.
you don't mesh chemically, if chemistry's not there,
Yeah.
any team can have a great roster.
Yeah.
Now, for example, Golden State wasn't working for a little bit.
That was not
They weren't-
serious.
Yeah, that wasn't for real.
But there were moments where people were like, see, they're just not gelling correctly.
Not serious.
Nah, that was us reading too much into it.
You wanted that to be.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We were looking for it hard, and it just wasn't there. I mean, I think Golden State's problem is more so they're just bored.
Sure.
Like they've gone to the finals the last 3 years now, and none of this last 4 years.
Yeah.
The last 4 seasons, yes. So none of this really matters to them now. They're just like coasting along in the regular season. They've lost more games this season than they lost all of the last 2 seasons, not combined, but each. Like,
But they have exactly.
and we're not even at the halfway mark through the season, and they're still #1 in the West.
But that's the thing, they have experience. When you have experience and growth, and you've been here before, this isn't their first time there, this is the first time doing
They
it.
don't let you
Figure
figure
it out.
They don't let you forget it.
They're gonna
What
figure it
I,
out.
somebody said pressure only happens to people who don't know what the hell they're doing. Or pressure is something that you feel when you don't know what the hell you're doing.
Right.
I heard that somewhere.
That's
today.
deep.
And I was like, oh, that's true, because when you have experience and you're in a situation that most people will consider to be stressful and they're feeling pressure, you don't, because
You can always just fall back.
you've experienced it before and you know what to do. You know how to handle it.
Mhm.
I guess that's true, because they just like, they don't give a damn about nothing.
That's why sometimes you learn more from a loss than a win.
And they still show when they really care, like last night. They just
Yeah,
but
last night, like, so Denver was #1 in the West, Golden State was #2 in the West. Everyone, all over, I saw it all over all the sports media. Denver's a real legitimate contender this season.
Yeah.
You know, like they're gonna, even if they lost, they're gonna give Golden State a run for their money.
they came in with a, oh, that's cute game.
They like literally turned it on, like literally 51 in the first quarter, set an NBA record, 51 points in the first quarter.
Yeah.
They won 149 to like 111.
Oh,
And they in Denver's house.
Right.
They said what?
Hmm?
You niggas said what? You think you? But I this shit, it hurts my heart. But they're gonna win it all this year, and I'm gonna be sad about it. I'm gonna watch the playoffs all the way up until the finals.
You know, I'm actually not really sad about it. Because I think this might be one of the last years that they actually have that whole team together. Because those players are going to
I
start
need it
winning
to
money.
be the last.
They're going to start winning money. Clay's probably going to want to leave.
Nah,
You don't think Clay's going to leave you money?
Clay
Clay's not going to leave you
Every
money?
chance he gets, he say he want to stay.
he strikes me as the type of dude that like will take a pay cut just to stay there. Cause like when he had an interview last year during the finals, and he was saying something like, I make a good enough amount of money, and I'm in a good place, I'm happy.
Sure.
Like he's the type of dude that's like,
Stuff outside of that as well. So.
he's the type of dude that doesn't seem like 25 mil like really matters to him differently than 15 mil.
That max out.
He came out and said that he would take over the life of his contract. The contract that he suggested would be $80 million less than what he could get on the open market. His agent like literally redacted that shit quick. The next day, like put out another statement like, well, the actual figures haven't been discussed. We'll get to it when we get to that
legal
point.
like that.
He out here talking crazy, just telling someone, yeah, this is my breaking point. You can leave $80 million like off the table for me.
That's
Just being
insane.
said. That's loyalty though.
Just cause, nah, I ain't got that kind of
No.
loyalty. I like that
You
niggas
got
like
a
that.
finite amount of years. You don't already rack them. Well, he got 3 rings.
Yeah.
He gonna be a Hall of Famer.
Well, he will have 3.
Already, he's gonna.
No, they have 3
They
now.
have 3,
I'm
yeah.
tripping. KD got 2.
He has 3.
Yeah.
Insane.
So
He's
how many
already
rings
good.
can you get?
We gonna find out, sadly.
Because he goes somewhere else. Someone's gonna max him out if he goes somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
He's not. I don't think he gets a max at Golden State. he might get close too. But they also got to re-sign KD. The next year after that,
that's a priority.
KD's a priority.
He's the number one.
Then the next year they gotta. I don't think they're gonna resign Draymond Green.
That's not a priority.
I think Boogie's leaving too. They're not gonna resign Boogie.
A report came out the other day. Boogie talking about he could.
We don't believe you.
You need more people.
You need more people.
Well, it depends. Because what if Boogie comes back? He plays Friday, tomorrow. I mean, this Friday. He doesn't look good. What if like this whole season? This is a prove-it season. He doesn't look good, and he has to like re-sign for another like mid-level exception.
True. That's in play.
I mean, if you're gonna sign for that amount of money, regardless, I'm much rather sign for $5 million where I know I'm gonna win.
Sure.
Yeah. What's it been a year since he tore his Achilles?
Less.
Well, I mean, he's already getting that ring that he wants this year.
Yeah, because he tore it.
So if he's already getting that ring this year,
he tore it the second to last game of the season.
For money next year.
He did.
It was like right before the playoffs. It was like April-ish.
Oh.
It was late when he tore it. I remember. Yeah. So not a year yet. 9 months, 10 months. Coming back pretty quickly.
The puzzling thing is that KD would want to leave.
Why is that puzzling?
Because if you stay, you can rack up as much rings as possible.
Right, but then he's always gonna have that little
Asterisk.
I thought he didn't care.
on his shoulder.
He cares.
That's why he told us
He
he
definitely
don't care.
cares.
Everyone, people tell you they don't
Yeah,
care.
they did. Yeah,
They're the ones who
move
always
from your
care.
team to the best team in the league
yeah.
to get a ring.
Yeah.
Now they're saying that that they assembled just to beat LeBron. It was like, all right, well,
that's not-
LeBron
we
moved
knew
in.
that.
I knew that from
We
the
knew
jump.
that.
But if you need to have 5 all-stars on a team to beat one player because you're worried about one player, that's crazy. And that's what your legacy's gonna be.
Unless he comes to the Knicks.
And does it on his
That
own.
is wild because he could beat LeBron like 3 more times in the final. Well, not a Western Conference Finals. It wouldn't mean a thing.
Yeah.
Still not better than him.
No.
Well, in 3 seasons he might be.
That's about the age.
Yeah. LeBron's a. Speaking of LeBron though, so what did he do? Strain his groin?
On Christmas Day, yeah.
Christmas Day, he been out since.
Yeah. And they haven't been playing well.
Put a tweet out, said that what did he say? What was the exact
He
quote?
dodged the bullet.
Dodged the bullet. Be back soon or in no time.
Well, I read today.
3 weeks ago.
Rich Paul's agent said that if it was the playoffs, he would be playing.
Okay.
So just being extra cautious.
Yeah.
So you gonna be cautious to the point where they might fall out of the playoffs?
I don't
rushing back to
think
save
they
these.
would fall out of the playoffs.
Yeah, they 8 seed.
They got plenty.
What?
They got plenty
You ain't
of-
rushing. First of all, they in the West now. Every team is playing the way Western Conference teams should be playing now. The Spurs started off slow. They're playing well. Utah started off slow. They're playing well. It's not as
Only
jumping.
one team that's currently in the playoffs is getting back the best player in the game.
Yep. Facts.
Yeah,
And
but
they
this-
did a
That's
lot better than
refreshed
expected.
and refreshed.
Fully
Still
good.
one player.
Would you rather?
I'm not saying like that, but that's what I'm saying though. In the West, right?
Uh-huh.
The league is already like they play defense okay, but you gotta stop teams that are putting up 120, 130 a night. Not just the Warriors, Portland, Houston, Denver. These are teams that are like scoring. Even the San Antonio Spurs are scoring now, and they can't stop nothing. Meaning the
Let's put it this way,
Lakers.
Jerome. Would you rather risk your best player getting re-injured, if not hurt worse, midway through?
This is a hit on his
Like I
legacy.
said,
though.
what he said,
I'd
what
rather
Kev
they
said
get
was
the
that if
re-injured
this was the
from-
playoffs.
He's in the first
If
year.
this
of
was the
3-year
playoffs.
contract. There's no way I'm risk. This year's a wash anyway. There's no way.
It's not a wash. They have potential
Time out.
The Western Conference.
So
maybe.
LeBron don't make the playoffs this year. It ain't gonna be a hit on his legacy.
Maybe, but if I'm thinking long term, I'm not rushing him back just so he just makes
Exactly.
the playoffs.
I'd rather him play in the playoffs and be healthy for the playoffs. And
If they make the playoffs.
back run.
Yeah,
And
versus
be hurt
rushing him back.
and getting hurt. And
If they make the playoffs.
So you reckon rush him back?
And
and
he
He
get
just,
hurt
again.
in the
he, you know
playoffs?
what I said though? I'm saying he just missed the easiest portion of their schedule.
Not voluntarily.
But I'm saying now you come back and you gotta deal with so now you come back and these are games
Healthy though. Healthy.
Yeah, healthy, but instead of games that definitively you should win,
I'd
these are games
rather-
that you can lose now.
I'd rather him be there healthy
What was he supposed to
than
do?
play
That's-
these easy
that's how
games.
If these were the playoffs, he'd be playing. Why even say that though?
So what if he did play half injured right now and they
He's
still
not half
lost?
injured.
But what they still lost though.
That's the thing.
That'd be
He's not 100%.
but that'd be more telling to LeBron.
Or his team. What?
No, him.
Him?
Yes, because you know what? He's I already said this time. He's my GOAT, greatest of all time in my book forever. Lock it in, seal it, lick a stamp, mail it off. It ain't coming back. But if I say that you are the GOAT, then I have to hold you to that standard. You can't come back and then you're losing. Even in the beginning of the season, I was talking shit because remember when they got off to that super slow start and like there were games where he could have closed out and he didn't, and he said that he was trying to let them figure it out themselves. I was like, no, that's bullshit because all these games matter, and him being the GOAT, you need to put the team on your back and take over.
Sure.
In the way that in the way that he takes over, not saying he needs to be like scoring nonstop, or doing any of that Jordan-esque type stuff, but like you need to be winning games. So if he comes back. If you would say he came back, they play tonight, 2 games before because he's scheduled to come back in 2 games.
Who they play tonight? Oh, it's the OKC one? Oh, that's tomorrow.
Yeah, they play then tomorrow, and then they have another game after that. They play OKC and Rockets, and then he's supposed to come back
on Monday.
He's supposed to come back against the Warriors on Monday.
If you think he's ready, I want to see refresh Braun. He's the best player. I want to see what he looks like.
Nothing simulates playing basketball like playing basketball.
Okay.
So you want to come back against but even that's what I'm talking right there. The easiest part of this schedule is done. Now you're playing the Thunder, the Rockets, and the Warriors back to back to back. So like,
so you want him to sit out longer?
No.
He's not 100%.
No. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Yesterday they played.
You'd rather him come back for a team like the Thunder or the Rockets versus
come back yesterday against the Knicks.
He's not 100%.
Come back against the Knicks and play 20 minutes.
He's not.
Work yourself back into it.
So again, Kevin makes a good point. He's not 100%.
We don't know if he's not 100%. They just be an extra.
They're saying that if it was the playoffs, he'd be playing because he played through the injuries, but it's not. So they want him to heal it, right, Kevin?
Yes.
Cool.
So you're saying that he should now come back. First you were saying that he should come back sooner, but now you're saying that because tougher opponents are in the future, he should wait until those games are played and then come back after.
No, I'm saying because I don't have faith in their ability to just dominate the Western Conference the way they would need to.
What is their schedule after Golden State on Monday?
No, that's a good question. You want follow up? I don't like follow up questions.
When he left them on Christmas Day, they were the 4th seed.
And now they're 8th, tied for 8th.
But everything's still jumbled, so why can't they get right back up? Who's taking a leap that much?
Let's see. They got, after the Warriors, they got the Timberwolves. That's not an easy win.
Nothing's easy in the West.
The Suns are easy win.
Winnable.
76ers.
Winnable.
Because what I'm saying is like not something that's winnable is not a win. Like you know what I'm saying? Like not saying that it's not a win. Like for example, the Suns, that's a hands down, that should be a win. Mm-hmm. Everything else is an actual real contest. The Timberwolves. And that's my point. The Timberwolves.
That's my point. I want the best Braun to go against the tough
Clippers and then the Warriors again.
They got the Sixers. They got the Sixers,
not
Clippers, Warriors, Pacers, Celtics, Sixers. The Hawks is a break. Rockets, Pelicans, Grizzlies, Pelicans, Bucks.
That's tough. That's
so
tough.
if Braun come back next week like he's supposed to, they're not gonna end up in the playoffs.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying. What I'm saying is that for the level of effort that LeBron would have to give for them to make the playoffs now, he's gonna be
fully healthy.
He's gonna be dusted. He's gonna be dusted in the playoffs.
Okay.
But you want him to come back even sooner when he's not fully rested to make that.
Yes, because I want him to come back so they can. I want him to come back. No, I want him to come back so they can beat.
I want him
to come back so they can beat the Cavaliers. I want him to come back so they can beat the Chicago Bulls, the 2 worst teams in the league. These are the 2 worst teams. These teams are tanking and you can't beat them?
We don't disagree there. I learned a lot about this team.
You learned a lot.
I did not want to know. When I woke up and saw they lost to the Cavs, it wasn't even a surprise.
Right.
Cavs were on a 13-game losing streak before they rolled into LA.
Lost to the Knicks. Lost to the Cavs. I get it. I want Braun to put his best foot forward.
And
if he's not, he has a daunting task ahead to put them back in the. They shouldn't be in the 8th.
And
they're 8th right now.
I don't want them to stay in the 8th
because they do that though.
Let's see how far behind
they are. They enter the playoffs and they're not facing the Warriors first round. I feel good about their chances to advance.
I will say this though. After no, calm down. They're in 8th place. They're only separated from 3rd place, which is the Thunder, by 3 games.
How far back are they from first?
6.5.
Okay, let's go. Okay,
they're not getting first.
3rd, you said is what? How about 4th? Just where they were. How far are they from?
2 games behind 4th. But you think the Rockets is about to go on a losing streak? The Trailblazers, the Clippers, the Spurs. These are not teams. And first of all, and think about this: the Jazz are playing better. The Kings are actually a winning team this year. The Timberwolves.
Can you tell me what LeBron's averaging this season?
I don't care about what LeBron's.
I'm just curious.
How many games he played this season?
I'm curious.
He done missed. He on his Chris Paul shit now. They've been
the
out.
Season started what? Mid-October.
Yep.
November, December.
You've been out.
He missed 3 weeks out of 3 months.
You about to be out a month essentially. Once you count this
one.
week.
You compare LeBron. Has he missed more time than Kawhi?
No.
Well, this season?
Yeah.
For a fact, yes.
How is it a fact? Because he missed it consecutively versus Kawhi, who doesn't play back to back. So are you sure?
How many games is Kawhi? Let me see.
I'm asking.
I
don't know.
I hate these
These are just things you gotta ponder.
Niggas got me typing with one hand.
It may be something that looks worse because he's taking consecutive time off versus Kawhi.
Let me see.
And you don't look at him in the same light. And I know who the better player is.
Let me see.
LeBron James.
Games played. Kawhi played 35 games this year.
Mm-hmm.
I know for a fact LeBron ain't played no goddamn 35 games. Let me be certain though. 20. No, I'm tripping. 34. Oh shit. How's that possible? I might be wrong.
35 to 34.
Kawhi, what are you doing?
You hurt back to back.
He ain't on my
Because they're being
so I don't
cautious.
care.
But his team is better, but
LeBron's also 34 years old now. And he also didn't just sit out a whole season because of an injury.
But is he not playing some of his best ball?
Oh, Bron, of course he is.
Okay,
offensive,
age may number. At this point in time, in sports medicine, age is not a factor.
Well, it is because it's not a factor, but he still has a limited amount of time left. At the end of this contract, I think
he wants
it'll be
to
towards the.
this run is already on.
Okay, so then does he wait?
Then he's on.
Is he one thing to play with his son?
That's what he
Play
said.
or play against him?
That's his hope. That's what he said.
Yeah, but I don't think Bron gonna be at this level when he plays against his son in 5 years.
Probably
I
Jordan.
didn't say that.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't say that.
Probably Jordan the Wizards. That was still a good Jordan. People talk shit. He still has 20 points a
Way
game.
better than that. Way better than that.
It's still gonna be a good run.
22 points scored, about 45 from the field.
At age 39,
I don't know. He gonna be better.
with all the weight that he has on his back,
What year is this? Year 16?
Yeah.
It's the best year 16 ever.
of course it is. But add 4 more seasons of carrying a team on your back.
You ain't carrying one more. Help is on the way.
Who? That's a good question.
Come on,
Who?
AD.
Rich Paul's other client.
AD?
Yeah.
He ain't a free agent.
That's okay.
They making room for him though.
They gonna offer him a max contract in the summer. Do you think Anthony Davis is gonna take that super max contract in the summer?
No.
So if you were the franchise, what would that make you think?
We gonna hold on to him another season.
And lose him for nothing?
I would.
I would think they would want to trade him for something.
And then why would they help out the Lakers? Why would you want to help out someone who's a Western party?
Because
Western
they
Conference
have
talent?
good young talent.
Yeah.
Good young talent. I'll trade with Boston before I trade with the Lakers. That's great young talent.
Yeah, they could do that. After the season, yeah, they could do that.
Mhm.
I agree. Hey, man.
Either way, it's a win for him.
Oh, but the bad thing about Boston, because of the Rose rule, if Boston acquired Anthony Davis, they'd have to trade Kyrie Irving.
Before the summer.
No, period.
No. Because he's a designated player or whatnot, so they can't have 2 of those same players. But if they redo Kyrie's, like Kyrie opts out, they redo his contract, then they
That's
can
way
trade.
around it.
Yeah.
No, he would still be a designated player, wouldn't he? Because he would be.
No, they traded and inherited this Kyrie from Cleveland.
Yes.
So if they scrap or like
The original
he opts out,
contract,
yeah, and they sign a new one, yeah. That's the way I read it. Yeah.
Sneaky, man.
And then they can Anthony Davis.
Snakes.
That's not going to happen.
If there's a will, there's a way.
What if
LeBron not missing the playoffs.
What if Anthony Davis signed with Golden State? Or got traded to Golden
I'd
State?
be sick. I'd stop watching basketball altogether. It would make no sense.
Lazy ass fans in Oakland that love showing
It
up
would make
now.
no sense.
That's why they moving to San Fran, because they don't love y'all.
Bay Area.
He talking spicy.
Yeah, man, the owners did that. Lake up in the.
Oh my God.
That would be annoying.
Bron's not missing the playoffs, but if he did, just remember this day. This is the reason why they missed it.
I'm just saying.
Then I can live with that. If you're not ready, you're not ready.
If he misses the playoffs, that's not going to be a good look.
What's the worst look is
But
you get an injury.
But let me tell you what's not a good
rated
look.
in the first year of your 4-year contract. The worst look.
That's Chris Paul.
I know his history. There's levels to this.
But listen, it would be a worse look if they don't make the playoffs because now, say Braun comes back Monday or whenever he's coming back, there's still, as we saw, there's not that much of a gap between 3rd and 8th where they are. Mm-hmm. So that means these niggas really have had to have just been losing games for him to not make the playoffs. That would be a terrible look for Braun.
Right. Little fade.
I have a lot of
Raymond James.
I'm just born on December 30th, 1984.
Son of Gloria James.
Born on December 30th, 1984.
From the rich Maverick.
Oh, yeah.
I don't doubt him. I'm just saying, if they don't make the playoffs, it just won't be a good look.
They get Rondo back too, whatever that means.
That means nothing.
What?
He helped them win that game after Rondo
was putting out.
You know who's trash? He is putting up IB, but he can't shoot. They have no shooters.
The playmaker.
And Lonzo Ball, they gonna
that.
regret drafting him number 2.
You think so?
He's not that.
He don't show up.
He's had moments where
doing this thing is like averaging like 7
But
points.
he's had moments where he's made other players. He's a facilitator. He makes other players on the field.
No, he has his flashes, but then there'll be one whole game he just show up and hit you with 2 points.
This boy PER is 11.72. We ain't doing it.
Big ball.
Number 2 draft.
Nah, he can go. Ingram can go. Untouchable.
So for you,
Nah, Ingram can't go.
You're talking about the 2 points though. Remember when Derek Fisher was averaging? I think it was 0.5.
Who?
Wasn't Derek Fisher here?
Derek
Nah, he got Gloria go on. He good.
When they were playing great with Kobe, he just needed him to pass to be a facilitator, and he filled his role.
He can hit threes.
Derek Fisher wasn't drafted number 2 overall.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't know when he was drafted, but he wasn't drafted.
But sometimes you need those players on the field, on the court to play their role. Period.
We ain't drafted number 2 overall to play a role. Yeah, I mean everyone has to play a role around LeBron.
Right.
Some of that rolling ball shooting.
Yeah, shooting, scoring, being aggressive.
All right, but has his percentage not gone up since last year?
I mean, he was shooting like 17%. Yeah, you know where you go.
One in the basement, yeah.
You gotta scratch your clothes somewhere when you die. You gotta go somewhere.
No,
remember Steph Curry still had shaky ankles his second year.
That's true.
He was injury riddled. Yeah.
So, but Steph wasn't Steph.
Yeah, that's true. No one saw what he was.
But it wasn't an effort
thing. They still doubted him.
It wasn't an effort thing.
Sure.
Well, yeah, they did.
And look at him now.
True.
You got a lot of faith in Lonzo Ball.
That's what I'm saying.
So does Kev. Kev drafted.
I got belief in him. I knows what he's doing, and he sees something. So he obviously has a huge IQ when it comes to basketball. So
Magic.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan has a good basketball IQ. And the Hornets suck. The Hornets have never been good.
You gonna sit here and go against what Bron's saying? Bron's saying he likes what he sees.
He ain't got no choice.
I mean, there's a little secret. Bron track record. I ain't
Bron Shabazz Napier.
I mean, come on now. I think the only one he hit was like he said prime Kevin Love would be fun to play with.
Wait, it was Shabazz Napier. What was the other one that they had? Mario Chalmers.
He kept a James Jones with him.
Norris Cole.
Mike Miller.
He swore up and down by these dudes.
Now, Booby. He kept Booby with him too.
Yeah. Mo Williams. Come on. Hey,
this nigga, Bron, I think Bron did this on purpose.
Had moments.
He wanted to make his life harder, so the legacy would just be like, he was riding with Booby Gibson. Yeah, but I mean, they'll make the playoffs. I got faith in LeBron, Raymond James.
I just don't see them making the finals at all.
No. If they do, I was telling Kevin this last episode, I think, but if they win the championship this year,
you can't argue.
There's nothing to say. Like LeBron could literally retire after, and I'm like, yo, you walk away as literally the greatest of all time. With this team, that means he'd have to overcome, and I mean like not like someone else knocking off the Warriors, like them going through the Warriors, and then whoever comes out the East, which is probably gonna be like Toronto or Milwaukee or Boston, which is all gonna be 3 very difficult teams. Nah.
This boy Butler's just a nuisance.
Yeah. That's
my nigga.
For 18.
But he also is going off behind the scenes.
That's very true.
That's my boy though.
If you feel like you trade him again?
Nah.
You re-sign him? He acting like this and he's gonna be a free agent. You re-sign him or you trade him?
Re-sign him.
I'm taking calls.
Who are you gonna replace?
I'm taking calls. I'm seeing what people saying.
You're not gonna get equal value for him. Right now, you potentially have one superstar and 2 all-stars. Ben Simmons, I think, eventually will grow to a superstar.
Well, if he drives Ben crazy and Ben wants to leave.
If they all in contract seasons, figure that. If they all under contract, figure that shit out. I think NBA teams are too soft nowadays. It should be like letting these players boss them around and like, I don't want to be here anymore. Oh yeah?
Come again?
Huh? You gonna play? Like there's 27 minutes? Nah, I'm gonna stop saying like that. That's that NFL mindset shit where it's like, but also like real talk though, just because like I also think that sometimes for places he doesn't want to be there, you don't have to always acquiesce immediately if they're unhappy. Like the Kawhi situation, they tried. Like you can see that they tried. He flew out to California, all that shit. He just wasn't with it. Let him go.
Right.
But some other people, like some other teams, I don't have an example top of my head. Like I'm not happy here. All right, well let's see what's on the market for you. If you're unhappy, you don't want to be here, then I don't want you here.
Well, the thing is when these players do it though, because they know I'm about to be an expiring contract.
Yeah,
so
but
then you call the organization's bluff, which is like, if I keep you, I just lose this marquee player for nothing.
there's only so many stars in the NBA though.
Exactly, which is why I know for a fact I'm gonna get something for you.
I mean, talking about comic books bluffs. I mean, we can look at Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah,
that bluff was called.
he a real one.
He won that. They make
Did he? He left $14 million on the table.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think he'll get more his next contract?
You don't think he'll get more?
You don't think he'll
Couldn't
get
even
more?
fathom this feeling. I think so.
I think he'll get the contract he was looking for.
Yeah, but you still sacrificed $14 million.
I
think it was worth it.
I think it's worth
For
it
his sanity, as we're talking about all wax up, but I think it's worth it. Like, if you don't feel valued, why be somewhere where you feel like they don't really value you? Sure.
And I imagine the Steelers' plan was to run him into the ground knowing that they weren't going to resign him after the season.
And he get hurt or something, and then then
That's real.
wash good, but 14 mil.
That's a lot. That's a big pill to swallow.
Maybe your last. He could lock himself down in a long-term contract versus they take everything good left in you.
That's true. We'll have to see how
that's true.
Hindsight's always 2020. I mean, hindsight's always 2020 because like if he signs a long-term contract and then he ends up getting hurt or some shit like that, he doesn't live up to it. Then we're gonna say, oh, he should have took,
No, if he got, it depends how much his guarantees are.
Yeah, but if he's not a hot commodity in the market, no one wants to give him a long-term contract because he's 27 years old. They're gonna be like, oh, you see, you should have took the 14 mil.
You don't think he'll get up?
He'll get it. That's a lot of money to leave on the table.
I agree. You got to bet on yourself.
He must have invested the shit out of his paychecks.
That's a real one. I mean, yeah. That's a lot to live out, though.
I agree. Takes a strong man.
I mean, that shows more of his character, though.
Yeah.
Like, he was willing to stand by what he said
That's a fact.
and not budge.
What's
How
his
many,
career
how many
rating?
of us would have actually done that?
Nah,
true.
you niggas could buy me. I got a price.
What is career earnings?
I don't care.
You might have to do research, though.
It's okay, it's alright. It's
You
okay.
keep making me do
No, it's fine.
research.
You know, off the top
I
of your head, how long you been in the league?
was gonna ignore this nigga, but he looked me right in my eyes and kept asking. God damn, Kev. He's made about $16 million
Oh, Jesus.
Right.
before taxes.
Yeah, I'm with y'all.
Wait, you think
So
before
14 was
they
a
list
lot.
to know 400,000, 500,000, 687,000, 853,000, and then last year
It was 12.
2017 he played on the first franchise tag, and that's when he made the $12 million. And then they tried to franchise tag him again for the 14
So
million.
he had 14 dollars is a lot.
So maybe that,
Right.
unless he probably like that 12, he probably saved that bitch up well and invested it because he probably knew they would probably gonna try to franchise tag him again, and he probably already knew then like, hey, if you try to franchise tag me again, I'm gonna sit out.
Look, ain't nobody as frugal as Marshawn, dog. That's all I got to say.
16 mil. Nah, if you made 16 mil, if you invested it wisely, you can leave some money on the table. You bet on yourself.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying some people.
Yeah.
I don't think Lady gonna do that.
I mean, I think it depends. It depends on how like adamant I am about like the issue.
But you saw the lifestyle he was living as well. He was out there.
That's all for
For a
sure.
little
Though.
bit.
These niggas don't. Yeah.
And you paid for those appearances on most occasions.
But I think a lot. It depends. Some athletes do. Some athletes don't.
Mm-hmm.
But I've learned the more money you have, people just give you shit.
Yeah, also it depends on how many people he was trying to take care of.
That's true. That's a common issue in the black community. I ain't even got late. No, I don't talk about this. Make them cry. But yeah, I mean, I hope he ain't. We'll see. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see what his future brings for him.
He needs to come ready to play next year and literally in the best shape of his life.
Or he can just get his guaranteed money and say, fuck it.
Get fat.
Seen that? Eddie Lacy did that.
Oh my God.
Jamarcus Russell. Oh my God. He didn't give a fuck. He got that $30 million up front.
Ate himself.
Nigga said, we good. Live off this forever.
You can't live on 30 forever.
You can if you invest it wisely. Put some of it in and
okay, you could. I don't think that's gonna last your family, etc.
depends.
You think so?
Depends on the lifestyle you live. If you take $10 million, put it in an account where would it be a bond or a CD? I think it's a bond. You purchase bonds with it, $10 million, where they pay you a annual interest every year off of the principal, and they hold the principal for a certain amount of years. Say you agree to a 10% interest rate, which you probably won't get nowadays because that's too high. 5%, $10 million, $500,000. They give you $500,000 every single year off that $10 million.
Yeah.
You live off that.
That's fair. Good point.
And at the end of it, you still get your $10 million back. Live off that. There's ways to do it.
If you're not trying to live a lot.
You have to be financially literate to do these things. But there's ways. You gotta live within reason. I think $500,000 a year. You can live within reason with that. I mean, I think my kids won't starve.
That's all you gotta do. Regulate New Balances.
Get on my Kawhi shit. Remember that? Go.
He was gonna kill Lowry. You crazy. You stupid.
Is that Burberry?
You stupid.
Nah, there's New Balance.
He's a psycho.
Yo, you can tell something going on with that laugh, dog.
You stupid.
This ain't Burberry. This New Balance.
Fucking God.
You know how much, when you see someone like that, you know how much money Kawhi Leonard probably saves? Probably has stash. The nigga drive around a 97 Tahoe.
See, I know you take it too.
He learned from the best. He learned from Tim Duncan.
You know how much bread he about to get in his next contract?
That tinfoil plate in his hand. That's why he said him to work with.
Yeah. Tim Duncan was one of the tackiest niggas.
With the big and tall line.
Tim was down later.
Tim
Tim was saving that money.
Shop that Burlington coat bag like a motherfucker. All of his outfits were just like from the big and tall section.
Saving his money.
The baggy ass Hawaiian shirt.
Oh my God. And the jeans.
That's when you stop caring, dog.
And some kids in there.
He got eyes
Who you got to impress?
Yourself.
But you see,
Tim was happily married. He was playing.
but you see, you see now he got divorced and he dating that young girl though. All his clothes fit. Niggas, she's making us spend that money now.
He looking at his bank account like.
Oh, he probably damn sure when she go back to the right. She ain't never made me spend like that.
Every time he makes a purchase, he's probably sweating.
Like you love shopping, don't you? You got him a young thing. Fuck his whole life up. He look at me. Nigga look a little. Remember his MVP picture with David Stern?
Oh my God.
This nigga had on. I gotta show you
pull it up. You gotta pull it up.
He had on a big ass red polo shirt.
Nah.
Some denim shorts.
Oh no.
Some denim shorts. And some open toe Birkenstocks.
With ashy Loki was not a problem.
This is official MVP picture. Nigga didn't even have the courtesy to wear the suit.
Stop, bruh. Why you snapping on this man?
Nigga had the toes out. He didn't give a fuck.
That'll be great.
Oh my god. Look at these. Oh my god.
You're a legend. You one of the best.
One of the best power forwards ever. Crazy though. This nigga really had on the open toes. Oh my god.
I'm getting hot.
Had not a care in the world. That's how you know. That's how you know he's dangerous. When you don't care,
Yeah, I be
man, they got nothing to lose.
That's great.
He said, "What are socks?" Okay.
This nigga show up.
Take my Jesus sandals.
Speaking of greatness, this Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Not double header ahead of us.
Tom.
I think Tom got it. I think they pull it out.
I bet against this nigga last week.
Oh,
And
shit,
you made me regret it.
Should've
But
done
I'm gonna do it again.
I'm about to say, I'm doing it again.
I knew it was
I
coming.
live my life on the
I knew
edge.
it.
I'm throwing it all.
I'm fucking.
All on red.
I lost my house last week.
Yeah,
Betting on
yeah,
the
yeah.
I'm about to lose the kids' college fund. Fuck it. I'm going all in with this
All
nigga.
in.
No.
I'll take that bet.
I'm not gonna lie. Every
This
article I
comes
read
down to experience, coaching.
Andy Reid's a great coach.
Yeah, he just got a little time management issues.
Yeah.
You know what he's doing on his side now? He got talent.
That nigga Mahomes, Tyreek Hill,
One of the
Travis
most
Kelce.
talented players that's ever played the quarterback position.
Bro.
The throws he can make,
Yep.
he can escape the
That
pocket.
sidearm is crazy.
Bro, this nigga.
The variety of impossible throws.
First of all, he threw the side
Right.
and then before the dude caught it, Mahomes was just looking at his hand.
I would too.
I was
Like, oh.
he's like, oh, how the fuck? He literally was like, and they showed that shit in slow mo. The dude didn't even catch it yet, and Mahomes already looking at his hand like,
Angel in the outfield.
I'm like, yo, this nigga is wild. But it's supposed to be 6 degrees out there.
They're not used to that. They're not used to that.
Kansas City might be.
No, yeah, they
They play out there. It's cold out there in Kansas City.
I mean, they were scared of that snow.
But you
saw
know-
when they cleared that field?
Oh, they come on,
But
they
you know-
close up.
You know, what Tom Brady 41 now?
Yeah.
You know, the older you get, the cold don't work. Don't.
I ain't gonna lie.
He is playing his.
He looks good.
Phenomenal.
No, of course he looks good.
Did you see
But-
the documentary?
Tom versus
That
Tom.
man, I watched it.
Hey, bro.
He
That
corny, man. I got tired
that
about
man
that
is
shit.
putting so much work in.
No, when that pliability
I should
shit.
have known though when he was like he stayed up all night prepared. No, all week. There's not enough hours in the day to prepare for the charges.
Listen.
Him popping up with many men in the background.
You see that video on IG?
It's like, oh, Tom done lost
He got
it
the
though.
double tap on that one.
He's first of all, he's great. He's phenomenal. He looks great. He doesn't look like I'm not gonna say. Well, I see like little like slight signs of slippage in his game,
Against the
but
Chargers, he looked phenomenal.
still phenomenal. Still at the top of his game. All that shit. But it's cold outside. When you cold,
Belichick though. It's had a
look,
week.
no, I don't care how much pliability you got.
But Belichick
That-
got the coach though. Belichick got a week to hone in. I'm with you, but I'm
If
scared.
they can stop the Patriots' run game,
But they suck on the road.
Shut it down.
That's what we got.
If
They
they
suck
can
on the
just
road.
shut, if they
God
can just
forgive
shut it down, they got a solid chance. But if they get that run game going like they did last week,
I got some conflicts here, but the Patriots defense cannot stop the Chiefs offense.
But look at the time management they had last week. How much of the clock they ate up?
You ain't doing that to the Chiefs.
You don't know that.
You ain't doing
You don't
that.
know
Yeah,
that.
they
They
said
the same thing with the Chargers.
Came up with the wrong defense.
They're the same thing
They
with
tried to do
the
the same thing to
And even
They're not gonna do the same thing.
No,
twice.
but
That's-
even if they do that, the Patriots can win time of possession. The Chiefs can still win the game because the
That's
Chiefs can
very
score like this
That's very, very true.
so quick.
Because Hill's a savage.
Tyreek Hill has a 75-yard passing TD or longer in the past 3 games.
Savage. Crazy.
It's gonna be a great game.
They can literally score like this one play. All right, yeah. And Patrick Mahomes can just launch that bitch.
He can.
It's the length of the field. It's not even fair. I don't know how far you can throw when it's cold as fuck out there though.
I have to look up what's the
It's-
coldest game he's played.
It's
this
gonna be
season.
Can we
great.
look that up? Can you look that up?
No, I didn't say that for you. No,
I know you did.
I wasn't saying that for you to look
I
it
think
up.
I need.
I was gonna know it.
I see the Pats winning, and I see the Rams beating the Saints.
Cold.
I agree with you on that. I do see the Rams avenging that blow. I do see them win.
I see the
I
Rams.
see both coming back for revenge. I see the Chiefs getting their win. I see the Rams getting.
I mean, I was just so happy when the Eagles lost last week.
I would assume this would be the
I was
coldest
like, when the
one.
Cowboys
Oh,
lost.
man,
Oh,
I
my
was jumping for
joy.
joy.
Yeah, I think
Couldn't
this
tell
would
me
be.
nothing when the Eagles lost.
Oh, and this is definitely the coldest one. The headline already says from USA Today, it could be one of the NFL's coldest games. So I doubt they played in any game colder than this.
I mean, the Pats are like known to play in the cold.
Yeah, they prepare.
So this is their element.
It'll be less than 10 degrees at kickoff.
That's crazy.
So the question is when they fly out. When they fly out to practice on that.
But what's the weather in Kansas? Is it that? Actually, yeah, 6 degrees is wild. It don't matter what you're used to. Ain't no way here. It ain't in Minnesota.
6 degrees.
6 degrees is wild, yeah.
I mean,
that's when you.
That's worse than that's
what I'm saying. No, I'm not saying. Yeah, that's what I'm
6 degrees is when you walk to the tunnel and like, damn, we gotta really do this.
I don't know what the weather's like in Kansas.
You actually go not to put you in like.
Yeah, that's when you about to tunnel like, all right, guys, nah, not yet. Let's wait.
They live for this.
We still got 15 more minutes.
They do live for this, but they suck on the road this season.
That's very true.
That's a very factual statement. But if they have a good game from Edelman, Gronk, Sony Michel, it's possible.
50 times.
What we gonna do about the 50 times? What we gonna do about that?
50 tubs, 50,000 yards, MVP.
The Patriots beat them during the season, though, didn't
They
they?
did
by 3 points.
At home.
He threw 2 interceptions. He still had 110 quarterback rating.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna happen like that.
50 tubs, though.
Yeah, he invited Tom and Bill to his house.
That's the MVP of the season.
Said the same thing before.
Indians tired of having them by.
The Patriots have heard it week by week now.
What's that running back there?
You know what I'm saying? Mahomes has heard it?
Damian something. He went off. Damian something, the running back for the Chiefs now. Damian something. Damian Williams, I think. He went off for 168 against the Colts last week.
I mean, we all have seen teams that have those breakout players when they're not scouted. For example, when
Patriots ain't scouted
Patriots
in 1 week.
That's true.
1 week.
It's hard to scout that.
You can scout Tyreek.
I mean, it's Bill.
There's nothing you can do to stop him.
I don't know.
They're always ready for
It's
the
frightening though. When it's Bill Belichick scouting you,
best coach.
that's concerning.
Tyreek Hill is just too fast. And Travis Kelce is a monster. He's the best tight end in the league.
I agree with all the Broncos. I can also see myself watching this game like, damn.
And
How are they doing this?
And right? And somehow the Chiefs only got 10 points.
In the fourth quarter.
It's like 13 to 10.
It's
like, what?
You can put a smooth 50 on it if you need to.
Who?
I'll take the pass on. I'll put a smooth 50 on the pass.
Nah, that's too many points. 50 points.
I got your number. We can talk. I said I think on it a little more.
Yeah.
Go ahead, ponder on that.
Give me till Saturday.
Yeah.
See if I can change your heart.
Yeah.
If I see some more videos of Tom Brady on IG stretching or some shit, I'll be with the pliability.
Nah, it's crazy. Like have you seen him actually do it?
Yeah, I mean it's no matter.
Like he's like working with. He like wiggles his leg and the dude is just going in. It's crazy.
He has no muscle.
How?
None.
Still greatness.
I mean, you don't really need to be muscular to play quarterback.
It's all form and literally just fundamentals.
It says the more muscle you have, the easier it is to tear it because your muscle's so tight from working out.
Who said that?
Tom Brady. That's what
That's
pliability.
I know.
That's what pliability is all about, though.
I never heard him say that though.
No, I promise that.
You have the easier to tear it.
No, he's asking.
No, not the more muscle you have. Because you're lifting so much weight, you're like straining your muscle.
That is very true.
So that's why, like, when you out there, it's easier for you to get injured because it's like your muscles are so worked up. Whereas him, that's why he doesn't deal more with stretching and pliability because he doesn't worry about like getting hit. Plus, with that dad bod, niggas just bouncing off of him. I want this nigga to lose.
I just know like
Stop talking about a nigga body. You know what I mean? Just looking for anything.
Like, the Saints and Eagles game, though, all those injuries that those players that went through, what are the injuries like on the Chiefs? Are they all healthy? Because to my knowledge,
No one's healthy at this point. No one's healthy. No one's all the way healthy. It's the players.
That's why the Eagles lost. They didn't have that pass rush anymore.
Yeah, but
You go up 14-0 in the first quarter.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch some film.
Yeah.
See how impressive the Chiefs
I think
actually were.
the whole right side was like on defense. The whole right side was
It's just
injured.
the playoffs now, though.
So that's real.
I gotta see what they face here.
This is the playoffs now. Niggas ain't taking no plays off. 50 tubs, though. So wait.
You don't get a text around 10 o'clock.
So if the Chiefs,
10 p.m.
what if the Chiefs spank the Patriots?
Eastern Standard Time, 10 p.m.
Does Tom Brady let you take a hit?
No.
Not at all.
If he gets spanked.
Not at all.
Did you watch that game with the Falcons where he came back in the Super Bowl and won?
No, I'm saying that they get spanked, like they lose. Like
nothing can happen about legacy after that at all. I came back.
That's not his fault. That's not all on him.
He was down 2 scores twice. It came back
Not all
twice.
him.
Came back twice and won.
There has to be like.
We give this nigga too much credit.
How?
That's not all him. The Falcons started playing conservative. They were not trying to score anymore. Yes, he did.
This is wild.
They should have ran the ball.
This is wild.
No, it's not.
How many dropped back to the tape and then they fumbled?
But that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the Falcons would have stuck to their game plan and actually played smarter. Then it would have been an opportunity for Tom Brady to do what he did.
Tom throws 10 interceptions on Sunday. His legacy takes in my opinion.
That's a lot. At all.
He's been at 8 Super Bowls.
You always say
he's been to like the last 12 AFC.
What have you done for me lately? If you go out there and stank it up
more than anybody else in the league has.
5? You think that's listen, football is not basketball. I don't give a fuck what no one says. Football is not like basketball. Football is like the ultimate team sport. Mm-hmm. People give him way too much credit for these 5 Super Bowl rings.
Throws, it was proof when he got suspended and those backups had to come in.
When he got suspended, the back came in and they went 10-6.
Maybe those the first 3.
They were 11-5 with Matt Castle.
The 2 this decade.
11-5 with Matt Castle.
The 2 this decade, you don't give him credit for.
I give him credit for, but it also comes from other teams' blunders. Like the Falcons weren't playing stupid.
That's sports.
That's not sports. That is not necessarily just sports. Like that's not Tom Brady's greatness.
So then are we then talking about the throw? With
you know how much you mentioned blunders. They were
exactly.
They were in such a hole that you had to literally make every correct play.
Every play.
You're in such a hole that you literally couldn't miss a play.
That's not true. You actually didn't have any pressure on you because you were down 20-3. So realistically,
Edelman did save that drive, by the way, when he caught it with his fingertips.
That's my point.
But that
was a play.
It's a comeback and win.
All you have to do is score. If the other team stops scoring, it wasn't like the Patriots even did something miraculous.
You know what I mean? The Falcons scored though. What was the score in half?
20-3. Yeah, he did his part. The Falcons didn't do their part. That's what I'm saying. It's not like
that's why he did.
No,
he just acted just
no, it's not like basketball. For example, like say LeBron's down by 15 and a half, and LeBron takes over and shuts down the other team also.
But
Tom Brady's not doing that. All he's doing is doing one half of the game. He's doing one half of the game. The other half of the game is not him.
He's reading the defense. He's scoring quickly.
Touchdowns or any defensive points put up in the second half?
Doesn't matter whether they put any points up.
I'm asking, did they contribute? They got the stops, right?
That is contributing. That's more than enough contributing because if you don't contribute,
the points is
because you still got to man the ball more.
Which is half.
And they got the ball.
Because if they don't stop Atlanta, then him scoring means nothing. It's half. It's still
we're not
half.
saying he's the best athlete ever. We're saying he's the best quarterback.
But what I'm saying is that he still gets way too much credit for all these goddamn rings.
I'm sorry. If you're down 25 points at half, and you come back and win,
right? You come back. The team come back. It's not him coming back. It's the team.
I'm the quarterback of the team.
Yeah, all you do is score. But if your defense doesn't
you're
stop,
marginalizing.
No, I'm not. If your defense,
all you do is score.
The defense got stopped,
bro. If the defense does not get stopped, his scoring means nothing. It's an if. But I'm saying it's an if then. It's an if then. If the defense does not get stopped, then what he's doing does not matter. So his portion of it is reliant on the defense doing what they have to do. But when we talk about what we say is Tom Brady came back 20.
But look how quickly he scored though.
Put in that position, you think they do come back and win with the same team?
Not many. If any.
With the same team?
Yeah. How many current quarterbacks? Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees. I don't know. I'm not saying that he's not great. What I'm saying is that he's getting too much credit for all of these rings.
I have to disagree.
That's fine. We have to disagree because
that man reads a defense like.
I'm not saying he's not great. I'm saying that like when people talk about like them coming back from 28-3, people say Tom Brady's great. He came back from a 28-3 deficit.
Sure.
He did not come back from a 23 deficit. The team came back from a 23 deficit. If the defense didn't do what they had to do, then him scoring wouldn't mean nothing. If Edelman wasn't out there catching, then it wouldn't mean nothing. If anyone out there wasn't catching, it wouldn't mean nothing.
You know why?
He's not doing anything. In basketball, that's a real soul sport. Where you say LeBron did what he had to do for them to win.
Not much credit is because it's the consistency. He's done it over and over and over, time and time again. You know what to expect.
What is consistency?
There is no like, oh, Nick Foles with magic or Fitz magic. There is no like, oh my God, he's playing great. He's consistently great at what he does.
But wouldn't that play also into the Patriots culture then?
Sure.
Because then that means Bill Belichick set the entire system in place.
Yeah,
because when Tom Brady was out for that year,
it works.
They went 11-5 without him. How many other teams can lose their star quarterback and just plug someone else in and go 11-5? No one. Aaron Rodgers left the Packers last year when he got hurt. They went 3-12, I think, or even worse than that. Drew Brees falls today. They ain't fucking know. They ain't in the playoffs. They ain't 11-5. It's a plug and play.
He's also in a great system.
But I'm not saying he's not great. I'm saying he gets way. People literally say.
But then it goes back.
If the Patriots win, they say Tom Brady won. If they lose, then someone else didn't do what they're supposed to do. Not Tom Brady didn't do what he's supposed to do.
It goes back to the question: if you put another quarterback in the league in that position, who pulls out the same way?
If the team stops them, I just need 2 other quarterbacks that I think will be able to do it.
I think I agree with Aaron Rodgers.
That's the only one I would agree with.
I don't agree with Brees.
You don't agree with Drew Brees?
You literally got to hype and you can't make any mistakes. And just like when they got the coin flip, maybe we are hyping up Tom. I don't think I am. When they got the coin flip, when they won, I was like, okay, they won the game. Tom is the only one that would like put that in my head. Yeah. Like, okay, they got the game now. Like you could still say a quarterback could come back and tie it up. I still wouldn't automatically think they would. But that's just me.
Again, I'm not saying he's not great. Again, I'm saying that he gets way too much credit for all the rings. He didn't go out there and pick off Russell Wilson when they threw it on the 1 yard line. He didn't do that shit. That's a ring for him. He didn't do that when they won in 2001 in Oakland with the tuck rule. He didn't do that. Well, he did do that shit, but they shouldn't have won off of it. That's 2 taken away. Like he gets too much credit for him having 5. Yes, you have 5. It's equivalent to like if KD stayed on the Warriors. Well, that's not equivalent. But if KD stayed on the Warriors and had 5 rings or whatever like that, or 6, 7, 8, like Robert Ory, because he has 6 rings, was saying he's the greatest player of all time.
No, that's not the same. Because he's not the primary the reason why they win.
Exactly.
All right, so
points up like that.
Let me see who would be a good comparison. Steph Curry. If he wins 6 with this Warriors roster, we're saying he's the greatest basketball player of all time, or 7.
Might be the greatest point guard.
Yeah.
No, we're not saying. We're saying he's the greatest. People are saying he's the greatest football player of all time.
Mm-hmm.
That just because you have football is not. It's hard.
I call him the greatest quarterback.
Football is so hard.
I don't say the greatest football player. I say the greatest.
I think football is so hard to dissect like that because there's too many things have to go right for you to win a game. Like it's the ultimate team sport. So I don't see where people are like, oh, Tom Brady came out from 28-3. No, the Patriots did. Because if they don't get stops, him doing whatever he does on his side doesn't mean nothing. He don't play cornerback. He don't play defensive line. He does nothing.
Everything starts to keep it.
How? Did you think the defense is going on the field because they going on the field because they have to do their job?
The way you play, if your pass game is great, your run game opens up. Your run game is great.
That's all offense. That's not defense.
Right. I'm saying if he's able to read a defense, get those slot passes,
that makes him great. Yes, exactly. But what I'm saying is that people give him too much credit for all the Super Bowls.
Would he not be the glue?
Okay, but yes, but we're acknowledging that bias. Then why can't I speak against it? We're acknowledging that bias. That the quarterback is gets the most credit and all this shit. Then
they should.
Sometimes yes. Sometimes yes, because sometimes think about how many quarterbacks have been made because they have great receivers around them.
How many quarterbacks win Super Bowls like that?
Yeah.
If you have a great receiver,
how many won multiple?
With different teams.
I don't know, but that also comes into play Patriots culture. People talk about that all the time. Patriots culture, Bill Belichick, the way he sets up the team and all that stuff. That plays a role into it too. He's in the perfect system to maximize his skills. I don't think if Tom Brady went anywhere else, he would have what he has. Because I look at him athletically and as a quarterback, yes, he's intelligent and yes, he can make throws, but I don't see just natural, pure, raw talent like I look at Aaron Rodgers or like a Patrick Mahomes. You see that zip? I'm like, shit. No matter where you go, you could be you'll be a superstar quarterback. Tom Brady, I look at him, I'm like, yo, you're great. Yes, you are great. Mm-hmm. But
the fact you just said was exactly the reason why he was drafted when he was drafted. Then.
Yeah, but I'm saying he also gets too much credit for all these Super Bowls. Too much. Tom Brady did that. I'm like, yo, I see it, but there's other.
So then you said the same thing about Eli then.
Oh, but niggas ain't out here calling Eli no GOAT. I say that shit. I say that shit in passing, elite man and joking. But in the back of my head, I know I just fooled myself. No one looks at Eli and says, oh, Eli's the reason that we won those 2 championships. those 2 Super Bowl rings, the defense was. He played okay. He had that massive pass to David Tyree, but outside of that, no one else gets credit on that team.
Okay, we're talking this. Where do you think Foles ends up next year?
Wherever he wants. Wherever he wants.
Where do you think he fits?
There's a couple teams that can use him. Jacksonville.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't mind. The Giants could possibly use him.
Giants.
That's a fact.
I was actually going to say the Giants. I hope the Giants.
Jacksonville using the Giants. Who else has a quarterback?
Why would they do that to themselves? The only reason why I can see Eli coming back is they draft a rookie quarterback and Eli.
I don't want to do anybody.
Who's the quarterback in Miami?
Oh, Blake? No, not Blake Bortles.
Ryan Tannehill. They could use him.
Yeah.
A couple of spots. 2 of them sound nice in Florida. Tampa Bay, yeah. Florida heavy out there.
The Bucks.
Think about Florida to retirement state. No state income taxes. He'll end up somewhere in Florida. Warm. Miami boys, but on that note, let's wrap up. It's fucking late.
Word up. So final picks.
I got the Pats winning. I got the Rams winning, and the Rams winning the Super Bowl.
I got Chiefs and the Rams.
Yeah,
and then I got you got the Chiefs going all the way. I got Chiefs, Rams, and then I got the Rams winning the Super Bowl.
All right. We'll see.
All right, guys.
Follow up on that wager.
I'll look forward to your text at 10.
Oh yeah, definitely about to text you some shit. As always, guys, thank you for checking out the pod. Make sure you rate, share, subscribe. Check out the YouTube clips, IG what's good, nigga?
You making that time up?
Oh, what time it is?
Yeah,
Late as fuck, right?
It's not 10 yet.
No, it is. It's not 58.
Do it for y'all.
Do it for the listeners, right?
Yo, that session we had before this, though.
That was real.
Yeah. One day.
Yeah, we'll have a real combo on the pod that one day.
Mm-hmm.
The epilogue.
That's what we up?
Yup. But as always, guys, thank you for supporting the podcast. Check out we got full-length clips of the episodes on IG, YouTube, all that good shit. Rate, share, subscribe. Hasan, tell people where they can find you at.
Simple Hasan Mason on IG.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Hasan Mason. Hit him up. Good boy. That sounds crazy.
I was going to let you live.
Nigga sleeping.
He's a good boy. Nigga done went back to the 1800s.
He's a good boy.
Nigga done on my house, nigga now.
I ain't trying to shout it
I'm
out.
better than y'all. He's a good boy. Give him some.
Change my ways.
Yo. Oh my God. Nah, bro. He's a good man. Until next time, I was Coolin out.